Welcome back, everybody, to Black Knight's Exilecon react and review of the day one live stream. Yeah, I know it's been some time, but it takes some time to edit those, and I'm just one person, so I'm sorry. But this time, it's not about what we gonna get in PoE 2, but the changes with the next season update, which is gonna drop in about 2 weeks, I think, and we're gonna get quite a few things with that update, and I'm definitely gonna return to PoE for that, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. But let's get going and see with the mighty Chris Wilson. Ooh, yeah, they did great. They really did great. Can't wait for PoE 2. Maybe we can play the beta next year. Oh, there he is. Welcome back, Chris.
So that demo is very hard for them to do in person. Like, I am very impressed it went that well. So as Jonathan explained, Path of Exile 1 will continue to be its own unique game once Path of Exile 2 comes out. We will continue to update it with expansions and leagues going forward. And because accounts and microtransactions are shared between the two games, and their expansion releases are offset from each other, it's super easy to jump between them and effectively play both.
And it's super easy to play our games all the time. I mean, yeah, this is a really good thing to do for them if it works out. I mean, that's crazy. You're going to play PoE 1, then you're going to play PoE 2, then you play PoE 1. Because normally most players jump out of the season, of the next league after 1 or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, because then they have done everything, or they have achieved what they wanted to achieve. Not like me, because I take weeks to do everything. It took me so long. Yeah, everything I wanted, at least. So, and then you just jump over to PoE 2 and then back to PoE 1. Yeah, great deal for them, absolutely. That might be a good reason to split up the games.
So I'm going off script for a second here and just going to explain this a bit better. Imagine we release a Path of Exile 2 expansion, right? So everyone dives in and plays it. You give it, say, out of the 13-week cycle, you're going to play for, some hardcore players play for the first few weeks. Some people play for most of the time. We're going to aim a Path of Exile 1 expansion to come out towards the end of that cycle, say 4 or 5 weeks from the end, which also lasts for 3 months. So because Path of Exile 2 has more content and is a significantly larger game,
that's great. I mean, think about that. Think about we're talking about release right now. They are working on PoE now for over 10 years, and it has a lot of content. I would say it has a lot of content. It gets pretty repetitive, especially towards the Atlas. If you're getting till the end of the Atlas, it's very repetitive, but it still has a lot of content. And PoE 2, from what he's saying there, will have more content than PoE 1 has right now. That's amazing. Think about that. Hopefully it works out.
Path of Exile 2 for the majority of the cycle, and then either keep playing if you want to keep playing Path of Exile 2, or jump into Path of Exile 1 when its league launches and enjoy that, either for the entire period or until the next Path of Exile 2 one comes out. And of course, because your purchases are shared, if you were to buy supporter packs or microtransactions in either, they're just available on your characters in the other. Speaking of Path of Exile 1 expansions, we've got one coming out in just 3 weeks, on August 18th. Let's watch the trailer for Path of Exile, Trial of the Ancestors.
Trial of the Ancestors.
Souls such as yours do not go quietly into the night. They thirst for battle.
Do they?
They yearn to prove themselves.
Ooh.
Welcome
Who's that?
to the halls of the dead.
Is that Calm in the middle? What? What are all the others? Oh, it's... Oh, it was Inakora on the throne. Oh, nice. Media. Woo! Okay, so we have a battle arena. Oh, nice. Totally looks like crippled Calm there, in a way. Ah! Oh, okay, cool. So passive skill tattoos. What the hell? Yeah, he's gonna explain that. New items. Woo, new items. Everybody loves new items. 60 new Atlas keystones. Nice. Whoa. Whoa. It's just... Yes! Sanctum returns. 40 new support gems. That look like exploding stuff. Guardian revamp. All new chieftain. What?
In the end, only one can become champion.
Cool.
Will it be?
Yes. No, I don't think so. I'm not good enough at PoE. Oh, wow. So we finally gonna meet Hinokora. I was talking about that in the last leak's videos a little bit when I was deep in the lore with Kitten Cat Noodle. Not me, not in person. Wasn't talking to Kitten Cat Noodle, but I just had seen the lore videos and I was discussing on stream a little bit lore stuff, things like that, and I was asking myself if Hinokora would come up at one point, and bam, there she is.
In the Karui afterlife, the fallen chieftains of each tribe participate in a tournament called the Trial of the Ancestors. You will journey to the afterlife, assemble your own team, and enter the tournament to battle those chieftains and earn valuable rewards. As you play through areas in the Ancestor Challenge League, you'll find tradable silver coins. Using them will take you to the Karui afterlife, where you will encounter Navali, who you may remember from the Prophecy League.
No, I don't.
Each coin allows you to play a match of the tournament.
So I, of course, don't remember Navali because I never met her. She was already outdated. Is that the right thing to say? She's not updated. She wasn't updated and she was outdated. Yeah, kind of. Yeah. So, but of course, trading a silver coin, like you're taking a ship over the river Styx, really cool.
You start the tournament with a basic team consisting of 3 warriors. The tournament is double elimination, meaning you're allowed to have 1 loss without consequence. A second loss eliminates you from the tournament. Your team will compete against 10 other tribes, and you choose who you're going to challenge next out of the teams left in the tournament.
Okay. So it is
when you start a match, you see the
definitely.
configuration of the enemy team and get to place your team of warriors on the battlefield to challenge theirs. You and your party of exiles will play alongside your warriors.
Wait,
so while this league does have many elements of an auto-battler, you're right there fighting alongside them.
Nice.
During a match, when a warrior dies, they respawn at their totem after a short time. If their totem is destroyed, then they are instantly killed and can't respawn.
That's how it goes.
The team that destroys all of the opposing totems wins. If you're playing a hardcore character, though, don't worry. Hinokora, the goddess of death, is
Take a health potion, boy.
Will restore your soul to your body, so you can't permanently die in the afterlife.
Yeah, of course that makes no sense.
In the Trial of the Ancestors, strategy and tactics are key. Every unit has its own strengths and weaknesses that must be utilized to win matches. The turtle is really slow and really tanky. It's perfect for either defensive positioning to stop flankers or offensive positioning to tank hits for you if you're pushing through the middle. It's not great in the center or flank positions due to its slow movement speed. The Tuatara is a quick and deceptive unit, which is relatively well balanced for all positions. This version of the Tuatara has a stealth ability, which makes it perfect for the flanking position, to sneak through enemy defenses and take out unprotected totems from the side.
Is that the first stealth monster?
The Goliath of Night is a disruptor unit, and it's ideally placed in a center position to intercept enemies that are chasing you. You can also allocate it to defenses, so that it disrupts enemies that are trying to kill your totems by stunning them. So in this match here, we've set up a Tuatara in a flanking position, a turtle on defense to guard our totems, and a Goliath to follow us as we attack up the middle. Our plan is to work with the Goliath to distract the enemy front line so the flanking Tuatara can get through and destroy some of the totems.
I hope the AI is good on that one. Doesn't seem so. Oh no, he goes through. Yeah, he tries at least. So he's distracted. Yeah, there he goes. Nice. Okay.
Teamwork.
Teamwork.
Upon winning a match, you earn favor and other rewards. I'll talk about the other rewards shortly. There are a lot. You have a separate amount of favor with each tribe, and you can spend
for a moment. Let's talk about that. What we just saw looks like a PoE war chess arena something like that. Yeah, you give them positions, and you have to think a little bit more strategically. I guess. No, yeah, it's like it's a movie like always. Not everybody will enjoy that, but I think that has some potential. Really cool. Have like a little. Maybe it's more like tower defense. It's hard to say. It's Pee-wee chess. Pee-wee chess, kind of. Things are moving and fighting, blood splattering everywhere. No. Okay, let's see. What those rewards?
By talking to their chieftain to recruit warriors and purchase field items and equipment that your team can use. Each tribe has specific specialities. For example, Hinakora's tribe manipulates life and death.
Yeah, of course.
Gongo Kurai's tribe is slow and tanky, with an emphasis on stuns and knockbacks. You can recruit warriors from many different tribes and mix and match them together into your team based on what you need. Field items are items that are placed on the battlefield and can be activated during the match to, for example,
so the game
revive
does
a
the
warrior
match pause
or heal
then?
your entire team.
Guess so.
If a field item isn't consumed within a match, it persists on to the next match. But your warriors, their equipment, and your field items are all wiped between tournaments. You enter each tournament fresh.
Yeah, it's like with the Sanctum. Every time you go you end a Sanctum run, you don't keep all your buffs, right? That you got through it. You lose them and you have to gain new ones. Makes sense.
Your success in a tournament updates your overall ranking, which helps you earn better rewards in subsequent ones. Speaking of rewards, let's discuss the good part. What you can earn for succeeding at the trial of the ancestors. You can tell this gets me excited. Okay.
Give us the loot.
You get a reward as you win each round of the tournament, and these rewards are visible when you're selecting which tribe you want to play against. They'll help inform your decision, as some of them are regular rewards, and some of them are exclusive new rewards you can only get from the Trial of the Ancestors. I'm literally tripping over my words to get to the part where I can explain tattoos.
You want it.
Okay. The Ancestors reward you with special tattoos that are not applied to your skin, but they're engraved on your soul. This process can transform what your attribute skills on the passive tree do. Basically, the attribute highway nodes generally. The regular ones can only be applied to basic attribute skills and allow you to convert your tree's attribute highways into something more useful for you. For example, this one converts a small dexterity skill into movement speed. Each tribe has its own exclusive passive tattoos.
Fire
this
with 8%.
Converts a small strength skill into additional fire resistance. This one converts a small intelligence skill into additional lightning damage. And this one converts a small strength skill into one that summons a minion when you take a savage hit from a unique enemy. But don't go overboard on the number of skills you convert.
Wasn't Utula summon spirit of Utula? Wasn't Utula is that dude in what is that? Act 5? Is it Act 4? No, it's Act 5. When you go back to Oriath, he's that trader, the blacksmith on the watchtower, the slave in the prison, who turns evil and becomes a servant of Kitava. Oh no, he already is a servant of Kitava, but then he turns evil and tries to in the butt. You know what I wanted to say there, right? And you just screw him over and kill him. No, actually, he tries to screw us over and we kill him. Outcome's the same. But yeah, okay. Level 20 Spirit Utula.
As you'll probably need at least some of your attributes.
So we can play the tribe of Kitava as well. Kitava's Hunger.
Each of the 10 tribes has an exclusive unique item that you can earn. These rarely show up as rewards for defeating them.
What? 88% increased armor, recover 2% life on kill. I hate things that trigger on kill. I mean, life on kill and mana on kills. I don't like that. It's bad for boss battles. 37% increased stun block recovery. Cool. 910 to maximum life. There are no life modifiers on other equipped items. Oh, okay.
Tribe in a match. Kitava's Hunger is a unique majestic plate that you can earn by defeating the Kitava tribe. As you can see, it grants an immense amount of life for a single item, provided
the world will end in divine stomach. Once Kitava has eaten all that lives. So great, I want to go to the divine stomach as well.
You don't have any life on any other pieces of your equipment. While this is tricky to accomplish, it also frees up all those other potential life slots to be something else that benefits your build, making it pure upside. This amulet is a unique item you can earn by defeating the Arohongui tribe. It has the powerful effect of causing your flasks to instantly recover life and mana whenever you're low. This could potentially be a powerful panic button, or maybe you want to build around permanently being on low life or mana, so all of your flask usage is instant. If you manage to win the entire tournament, you'll not only receive the reward for the final match, but Hinokora will
Very
also give you
cool.
a choice of 3
The daughter of
additional...
the daughter... What? No! Okay. The daughter of the moon ever tends to wounded souls in her silver palace. Nice. Okay.
instant. If you manage to win the entire tournament, you'll not only receive the reward for the final match, but Hinokora will also give you a choice of 3 additional... Next. Sorry, button didn't work. Of 3 additional exclusive items.
Oh, wow.
Let's have a look at some of the things you may
Knowing what will happen and knowing when it will happen are two very different things. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. One doesn't really help without the other.
offered. First up, there are 4 unique items that exclusively come from Hinokora for completing the tournament. This belt, for example, lists a plethora of really powerful properties, both beneficial and detrimental. While you're wearing the belt, the property shifts around every 5 seconds. You never know what's going to happen next. Will you always crit, always evade, never evade? Maybe you're able to find some ways to build around the detrimental effects to create as much upside as possible. Hinokora also has a selection of special, more advanced passive tree tattoos that you can only receive from her.
Whoa, look at this.
Transforms a 30 intelligence notable attribute skill into one that increases the level of all of your intelligence gems.
Wow.
You're only allowed 1 copy of the specific attribute combination tattoo on a tree.
But you could, I guess, it depends on what combinations there are. But think about that. If you could get a replace 30 dexterity and strength as well for plus level 1 level to intelligence skill gems, that gives you 3 levels. I mean, it's a lot of stats and of course 3 skill points. But on the other hand, 3 points plus 3 for spellcasters, that's huge.
Hinokora can also award you with a new type of item called an omen. These are small items that sit in your inventory until a condition is met, at which point they are consumed and something happens. In this case, when you reach 25% life, your flasks are all replenished. Now don't worry, each player can only consume 1 omen per combat area, so you don't have any reason to fill your entire inventory with it. This one creates a portal on death.
Cool
made
thing.
it for me. It won't try to save your life, but it will save you some time.
Not a bad idea.
This one grants you Soul Eater when you level
Oh,
up.
wow.
It's definitely worth carrying around for that occasional massive power boost. Omens are tradable but hard to get, so use them carefully. I shudder to think about how much this one is going to be worth in the presence of those incredibly rare, unique
When
weapons.
using an orb of chance on an item, it will become unique if possible, and this omen will be consumed. Whoa.
From 320.
Whoa.
Now note, going off script again
Oh,
here.
wow, that
Back
one's
in the
gonna be
day,
very
when we had
good.
stuff like the prophecy and so on that let you upgrade to rare forcibly on a specific base type, we had to block the good items by putting crap uniques on the sorry, I meant upgrade to unique. We put crap uniques on that base type so that you couldn't get it every time. Well, we stopped doing that. So a lot of the uniques that were upgraded in 320 are just the only thing on the base type. So items like this let you deterministically
okay.
get something quite valuable, hence they are quite
Like a
rare.
mage's blood.
The most exciting
Squire.
one, though. Finally,
Mage blood.
Hinokora can offer you a lock of her hair. This is a very special currency item that lets you foresee the result of using another currency item to craft something. This means, for example, you can know whether it's worth exalting your item because you'll know exactly what the outcome is.
Wait.
Hinokora's lock will slot into your crafting pipeline with powerful consequences. The Trial of the Ancestors offers a wide selection.
But so, and okay, wait, I don't get that one. So I use that on my item, and it tells me if you use an exalted orb, you will get this, and then instead I use. Oh, I guess you could use up your 20 armor orbs or what? Yeah, with quality. You just use something else, and then you try. If it's shit, it could still be shit then. So I don't know how good that really is.
Of valuable new rewards as you complete matches and tournaments. We really look forward to seeing what strategies you develop for building, equipping, carefully placing, and playing alongside your tribe.
Yeah.
So that's the new Challenge League, but Path of Exile expansions contain more than just a new league every 3 months. In each update, we also augment Path of Exile's endgame and shift the metagame with new gems and balance changes.
Let's see about that.
This expansion is no exception. I'm going to explain the other changes in a medium amount of detail. I'm conscious that we have both new and existing players. For new players, I'm going to try to include some extra content to help make the changes more understandable. You can find out all the detail in the patch notes and other information we'll be posting in the few weeks before release. Let's start with how the Trial of the Ancestors expansion expands Path of Exile's endgame. In December last year, we released an expansion called The Forbidden Sanctum, which introduced the Sanctum Challenge League.
Great.
This league was a roguelike game set within Path of Exile where you would randomly explore a randomly generated sanctum one room at a time, alongside your regular play.
My favorite so far.
You'd pick which rooms you wanted to explore out of several options and accumulate beneficial boons and detrimental afflictions that made your run easier and harder, respectively. Not only did Sanctum work really well as a league, but it also had the potential to be added to Path of Exile as part of its core endgame content.
What is that, totems? Is that traps or is it totems?
Heist.
Didn't see.
Well, in this expansion, the Forbidden Sanctum is back.
Woo! Oh yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of fun there.
I've really been looking forward to this one. We're reintroducing the Sanctum as core content in Path of Exile's endgame. You'll initially meet Divinia.
But I actually thought so, because while a lot of people, including some of my valuable viewers who I really love, did not enjoy Sanctum League, I absolutely did, and I think a lot of other people really, really enjoyed Sanctum, especially because of the farming ability, because you could get really, really good currency items there, and a lot of them.
Sanctum NPC in Act 10. Sanctums are now tradable items that you can find while playing maps in the endgame. A forbidden tome represents a whole floor of the Sanctum, and its rows can be played back to back. Or you can take breaks between them and do something else if you choose.
Nice, that's really nice.
Upon successfully completing that Sanctum floor, the next floor is generated as a tradable item with all of the state of your Sanctum run built in.
Wow.
This means that the item stores what boons and afflictions you had, what rewards you've locked in, and how much resolve you have left.
Yeah.
You can then either play this floor or trade it to someone else if it feels more beneficial. For example, let's say you
receive 1 mirror of Kalandra. Oh my god.
manage to lock in a really valuable reward. The example here is a mirror of Kalandra, but you'll also notice that... Do I have a laser pointer? It doesn't work.
He has 1 resolve left.
1 resolve.
Whoa. So it's a no-hit run.
This is an example here where the player has a very good reward locked in, but a massive pile of dangerous afflictions.
0
and
inspiration.
On them.
Oh.
If you don't feel capable of completing the rest
Wait,
of
what
the
else does he have?
Sanctum
Let's
from
see.
this
Recover 50% maximum resolve when entering boss room. So if you make it to the boss room, you at least get... Oh, don't get much back. Oh, it's pretty shitty. It's very shitty. Oh, final floor. Wow.
Then it would normally be a write-off, right? If you gave this to me, no way am I getting that mirror. But you can now trade the Sanctum state to someone else who is willing to pay for the chance to earn the mirror. Or lose it.
Or lose it. Yeah, and most likely lose it.
You can look at expected value in economics, right? It's worth some percentage of that mirror. So you trade it for like 5 chaos to someone, they run it and lose their chaos. Your relics, which act as passive bonuses within the Sanctum, are locked in for the run when you start the first floor and can't be changed for the rest of the run. Speaking of relics, they're now tradable and have been rebalanced around this. To those of you wondering, we have decided against bringing back sanctified relics for now.
Oh no.
A complete Sanctum run now requires killing the final boss, Lycia, in both her first and second
I didn't make
form.
it to her, sadly.
She will always drop a unique relic, and these have been reworked and replaced as we rebalanced everything. An important aspect of the new Sanctum balance is that your primary defenses now have some effect on protecting your resolve.
Oh, cool.
Your armor allows you to mitigate resolve.
20% resolve mitigation. Oh, wow. 6% chance to avoid. Nice.
Loss, and your evasion grants you a chance to avoid resolve loss entirely, a lot like how armor and evasion work.
Cool thing.
Your energy shield grants you resolve Aegis, which is a mechanic that works similarly to how energy shield behaves for life.
Nice. Wait. Instantly restored for 4 seconds of no resolve being lost. That is great. Nice.
In light of the new defensive
everybody gets a bonus.
and learnings from the original Challenge League, we've rebalanced the difficulty of Sanctum, especially in later floors, and have worked to add more monster and room variety to runs.
Okay.
We've added new boons and afflictions themed around the new defensive
that was a
mechanics
battle mage
and
right there.
rebalanced many of the other ones.
30% more defenses. Cool thing.
Like other optional endgame systems that involve tradable items, players who don't want to play Sanctum can trade their Sanctums to other players in exchange for an item or currency that benefits them more. Successful
See,
Sanctum
Blood
play
Mage.
can generate a lot of rewards. It'll potentially
so.
be possible to build characters dedicated to Sanctum running and just farm Sanctums repeatedly in order to profit. Sanctum isn't the only improvement that Trial of the Ancestors brings to Path of Exile's endgame. We're also introducing 16 new Atlas Keystone passives to the
Wait, so the new keystones are not for the Sanctum run then? Huh?
Atlas passive tree. As a quick summary for new players joining us, the Atlas tree is a system that allows you to customize your endgame
It's the
experience
skill tree too.
in Path of Exile. As you complete different maps,
very
you
useful.
gain skill points that can be allocated in the tree. You could use these points to modify the behavior of different content you encounter in endgame maps to make it more difficult or more rewarding, or to behave entirely differently. The system allows you to double down on the content you enjoy and avoid content you don't. Keystones are really impactful passives that totally change how endgame systems behave. Usually they
Wait. Notable Atlas passive skills grant nothing. 100% increased effect of smaller. Interesting. Because the small Atlas passive skills most of the time give you better loot. Is it more loot? I'm not 100% sure right now. Okay, cool. Rusted Scarabs instead grant 5% increased spec size. Cool, nice.
Usually they have an element of give and take and require you to come up with new strategies to take advantage of them. Each of these 16 new Atlas Keystones changes how you might interact with Path of Exile's endgame. Let's have a look at some of them now. We will reveal the rest of them before the release of Trial of the Ancestors in a few weeks. Extreme Archaeology completely changes how you play expedition encounters.
That's the one we saw.
Instead of placing a series of regular explosives, you now place one gigantic explosive.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's...
Every single chest or monster in the blast radius is affected by every remnant in that
What
radius.
the hell? Wow. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's so crazy.
Speaker of the Dead makes it so that tormented spirits can possess you rather than possessing monsters.
Oh, nice. You get that one thing.
Boosting your stats
helmet
instead.
does that as well.
While possessed, you can touch monsters just like a
Oh my
spirit
God.
can, making them stronger and more rewarding. It's kind of getting silly at this point, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Blight is like a tower defense minigame inside Path of Exile. The Cassia's Pride Keystone makes it so that Blight monsters take significantly less damage from players and significantly more damage from
yay,
Blight towers.
Nelson, we can
This
play more
basically lets
Blight.
you go all in playing
Even
like
more
an actual
Blight.
tower defense
I
game.
love Blight.
Because we can.
Because we can.
Lucid Dreams makes it so that Val's side areas on your maps are no longer corrupted.
What?
Meaning that
Can
you can use
craft on
currency
them.
items to change their mods.
Oh, wow.
That's right. When you encounter a Val side area, the Keystone lets you craft it.
God. That's pretty cool. It just said Val Vessel. Val Vessel contains an additional ultimatum aspect. Cool.
Yeah, so we rebalanced the side area mods, we've improved reward outcomes, and we've made the downside mods a bit more punishing, just to make it interesting if you try to go for the good outcomes. You may also rarely encounter a unique Val side area. Destructive play makes it so that the Maven will summon between 1 and 3 extra random map bosses when you are fighting witnessed map bosses. This keystone is analogous to the Eldritch Altar keystones that make those influences more difficult but more rewarding.
Okay, more difficult but more rewarding.
There are another 11 new keystones that we'll reveal over the next few weeks. Together, these 16 keystones mean that regardless of how you enjoy your maps, you'll have plenty of new ways to play Path of Exile's endgame in this expansion. And I should note, in the initial draft of the keynote, I painstakingly went through every single keystone. It took like 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
But we'll put them in the news to save you some time here. In the Trial of the Ancestors expansion, we're shifting Path of Exile's metagame in several ways. The first is by introducing 14 new support gems, which are designed to take existing categories of skills and provide entirely new ways to play them.
What do we
For full information, check the final gem hovers when we post them in the next few weeks. Let's have a look at a handful of these support gems now. In Path of Exile, War Cries usually buff your party but don't directly hurt monsters. The Corrupting Cry support gem turns War Cries into damage-dealing skills by making them inflict corrupted blood on monsters affected by the War Cry or by your attacks that it exerts.
Nice. Oh, that is really cool. He's killing them with Infernal Cry.
The Returning Projectiles support gem causes projectiles from supported skills to return to you, piercing all targets but dealing a little less damage.
A little less. That's... Oh yeah, Bullet Hell coming in.
Another example too.
This a lot of players will make crazy use of that. Oh wow, yeah, that's cool. god.
The fresh meat support gem causes minions created by supported gems to gain adrenaline, critical strike chance, and critical strike damage for a duration after their first summon.
What?
So you've got to work out a way to keep refreshing your minions, and it makes them a lot more powerful.
Yeah.
The Flamewood support gem causes totems to trigger projectile mortars
Nice.
at enemies that hit them. This is particularly synergistic with totems that can taunt enemies, such as Decoy Totem, or one of the new Chieftain Ascendancy skills that I might talk about shortly.
Ooh.
The Sacrifice support gem works on spells that you either cast yourself or through totems. These spells now sacrifice a percentage of your current life or the totem's life to gain additional chaos damage based on how much life was sacrificed.
Oh, cool.
The Frigid Bond support gem
goodness.
affects Link skills and causes a cold mist to come over them.
Nice.
Enemies
Look
caught
at
in the
this.
beam are chilled and are dealt cold damage over time. This creates a new tool for a cold damage over time build requiring strategic placement of both yourself and your Link's ally.
Nice.
I mentioned it was going to get silly.
Yeah, super silly.
The Locust Mine support gem looks OP and affects attack skills that use bows and wands. Instead of directly using the supported skill, you throw mines in an arc that use that skill for you, targeting your location when you detonate them.
Whoa.
In addition to these gems, there are another 7 that we'll be revealing over the next few weeks.
Use.
In addition to the 14 new support gems, our balance work for the Trial of the Ancestors involved us revamping 2 Ascendancy classes.
And we're gonna see that with this special picture on the next video, because it's already getting too long. But all of this sounds like we're gonna have a really crazy leak update in 2 weeks, and I'm getting pumped up for this. Especially if the ascendancies are great. Maybe we're gonna play as a chieftain or guardian. I don't know. Otherwise, we're gonna play something else. I don't know. Don't ask me about that, please. But you can, of course, comment on everything so far in the comments down below if you want to, and tell me your opinion. I'm interested to read about that. What do you think? Are you just already fired up for everything concerning PoE and PoE 2? Or maybe you're not and you think, oh my god, that is going to be a shitty tournament. I don't know. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I wish you a great evening, and see you next time. Bye bye.